The rear apex. Dial down to it nice and late. Right behind it. As that line on auto go. Line go. That's all right. just take it up by the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Oh, you want to do it?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I was thinking down
in
the hot pit.
Yeah.
Down the hot pit?
Right.
Do you want to go back out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I just want to.
All right.
I don't know what I did there.
That's okay.
Sure you do.
What are you doing spinning my car?
Oh, you know, I haven't done that before in this one, so I got to try it.
Oh, I haven't done that one in this one. So.
It was my first time too.
Okay. Okay, you got maybe 1 or 2 more laps.
Okay, thanks.
Or checkered flags out.
Yep, okay. Well, we'll
Go ahead and pull it up behind the trailer if you could.
okay. Can we just go up this way?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, maybe not. It wasn't quite as good as the one before.
There was still a lot of good stuff happening on that session. So don't.
No, I think other than the weird shifting thing that I've done, it's been.
So. I think you were right to shift into fifth.
You've been saying that a few times, and I have been afraid to do it, so I thought I better was going to try it.
And I noticed some apprehension in that. Here, let's get out of this. My glasses are digging in my head. So the nuts and bolts of what just happened, and we'll go back into what led up to it in a second.
Okay.
Is the rev matching, and part of this could be just not familiar with the car on a on a day in day out basis. Going from fifth to third or fourth to third, anytime you're downshifting, you really want to try to be rolling your foot over onto the gas to match the revs.
Got it. Okay.
And that's, you might hear it called heel toe. In some cars it's heel toe. It depends on the configuration of the pedal box.
Here you can do it side to side.
On this car, it's actually super easy because at the extension of your brakes, it actually is right next to the gas.
I feel it.
And all you have to do is roll your foot over. That's the first time that it actually got us where we really, really needed it. And that's one reason I haven't really been talking about that too much. But matching those revs is super important. Well, what happened is we're hauling ass.
I think it's the fastest I went through turn 1.
That it was.
Or close.
There was another one that was faster and smoother.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of apprehension, and part of it is being confident and knowing, okay, well, I'm going to turn in, and I know that the car's going to do what I'm asking it to do. And again, that comes down to familiarity with the car and slowly building up speed and that sort of thing. But basically what happened is we're in 5th gear. The R's are probably somewhere around, I don't know, 2,500? 2,500 RPM?
Yeah.
Now you've just downshifted. If you'd gone to 4th, it would have, let's say we were at 5th at 3,000. 4th would have put it right at about 2,000. Well, you only have to match 1,000.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to go from 5th to 3rd, you've got to match another probably 1,500 on top of that.
Got it.
So all of a sudden, we need to add almost 3,000 RPM.
Yeah.
And so by not adding it, it basically, now the wheels are moving faster than the engine. And basically what happened is you killed it. And it locked it up, and that's what spun us. Yeah. And it was a nice slow motion.
Well, the good thing about the spin was he had talked us all through what, just to not to try to steer out of it, just to put the brakes down. And what I forgot to do was put the clutch in too. I just put the brakes down, but I didn't try to steer out of it at least.
Yeah, one in a spin, both feet in, absolutely. And so part of that, and that's the nuts and bolts of why it happened. But I think what led up to it is that the apprehension as far as being confident, shifting to 5th. And even I noticed a little bit of apprehension even down here going from 3rd to 4th. Yeah. And I think that led to some of the busyness that we were talking about when we're trying to let somebody overtake. Is I'm trying to have fewer things going on in the cockpit, while that's all happening, so that there's even less to think about. And that's kind of what I was trying to do down there as well, is simplify it. Okay, let's not downshift in one. Let's just leave it in fifth. We'll still brake the same amount that we were going to brake. We're going to get back to positive throttle. Now you just have to worry about getting in the right gear so that we can get up the hill, you know, and maintain some momentum up the hill. So I think the biggest part of that is probably just familiarity with the car, and that would be something I would say to work on down the road is that rev matching.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I try to not do is throw so much, you know. And I'm sure you have the same thing teaching language.
Oh, yeah.
If you throw too much, your eyes gloss over and roll back into your head, and I've lost you. Well, that's one of the idiosyncrasies of what's going on that we didn't really talk about that much. But
I think the clear thing is I've got to get my own car that I can drive out on these tracks. So one that I drive on the streets for a while too, so I'm used to it. And that does
make a difference. And I think, you know, that transition, going from a car that you drive on the street on a consistent basis, is, I think that's a big deal.
That woman who was driving the SUV, she wasn't out there the last few times, was she?
I
didn't see the SUV out there the last.
I didn't see it either. Yeah.
I was wondering when I saw her doing that. I'm like, well, maybe I should have tried my SUV just to see.
Yeah.
Except it's automatic, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, that changes the dynamics as well. So, most importantly, did you have fun?
I had a blast. It was awesome.
Learn anything?
Yeah, thank you so much.
I was going to say, you mind continuing this outside?
No, we're gonna.
What do you want to get out of here or something?
I just want to get this on the trailer so I can start drinking.
Yeah, if only you could start.
Yeah, if only.